Hello there. Well, since I received very positive feedback on my last rapid game with live commentaries, I decided to give it a try again. And well, this time I will try to make it a little more easy for me. So I will be playing a little bit lower range players because, well, I have less time because I'm talking. So let me just try to find. Okay, here it is. So let me just play the first move, and then I will just set up the video. Okay, I think this is fine. I don't want to see this. Okay, the board is fine, so we have a little bit lower rated player. He plays Candy, I'll just take the pawn. I don't recommend playing Scandinavian defense on any lower rated level because you don't develop good habits by playing Scandi. Okay, so now he's giving me a chance to cash in on the pawn, but I don't want to do this. I did it once and you get very difficult position to play. Okay, but now he insists he wants to be a pawn down. So I think I will even let him do this because I can take the center some other way. Okay, let's take it. So now he's gambiting a pawn for the faster development. He'll probably, yes, he takes. So now he has 2 pieces developed. I have 0 pieces developed. So I think he has compensation. I would say that the position is equal at this moment. But well, let's wait and see if he will. I can just develop the knight. I don't see any problems with this move. Okay, so let's see if he will be able to hold to his compensation. So the problem is when you gambit to the pawn, if you don't know how to keep your advantage, if you let your positional advantage slip away. So for example, if he like this plays 2 times with the same piece, then he's melting his advantage. So I'll just unpin here, and well, he gambited the pawn to get the advantage in development, and now he played with the same piece twice, and he's losing his advantage. And my advantage of pawn material advantage is permanent. So you have to be careful when you give up permanent advantage for the positional advantage, because if you it is okay, but if you get the positional advantage, then you have to keep the initiative. Otherwise, you will lose your positional advantage, and the permanent advantage or disadvantage will last. So he's now attacking my pawn, and he probably he can take this, and then I have problems defending my pawn. So I can defend either here or here. I will maybe play this move because in this way I'm developing, and also I want to play c4, so put my knight behind. This knight can also go here, but I don't see the damage. So let me just protect and with development. Okay. I was thinking briefly he can play here, but then he's blocking his attack as well. And I could just okay, I'm not thinking two moves ahead, so let's just stick to this. Okay. So like I said, Scandinavian is fun. The Scandinavian defense I played on my first over-the-board tournament. I watched John Bartholomew's course, but then later on I realized that this is not a good opening to play if you are learning chess, because you get some very bad habits. Okay, now I'm thinking this, and this. These are candidate moves. I think I will just castle most likely. This knight. I want to play this move very much. Or I could just play it slower, c3, and then put my knight here. Okay, so let's play the castle, because now you see I'm not sure whether I will play this with knight on c3, or I will play c3 with knight on d2. So if you're not sure about which moves to play, then play the move which you will play anyway. This is castle. Okay, now he's bringing his knight closer, playing with the same piece twice. Let's see what is the threat here. I don't really see any threat. Now I could just play knight d2. If he wants to exchange knight, I'm fine, because he made two moves with his knight. My knight is undeveloped, so I think this will be fine for me. But you know what, I think I will just... I don't like him controlling this square. He can have here, he can have here, and this pawn is hanging. I think I will play c3. So I have two reasons to play c3. One is to protect the pawn, other is to protect b4 square. And I don't care really about this knight. I mean, okay, maybe he can play f5 here, but okay, let's play c3. So he can play maybe f5, whatever. I'll just play knight d2 next move. I don't see the damage. Of course, this doesn't mean anything. If I don't see something, then it doesn't mean it's not there. And my board vision is not the best. My biggest strength. Okay. So now he's piling on this knight. I don't see any problems with this. So let's see what he's hitting. Knight. This is defended three times, so I'm okay. This pawn also defended. I don't see problems. He's hitting this. Let's see what can he do. So I'm just thinking about playing knight here to d2. And then I'll bring my queen up. Okay, I will play the knight, and then I will go and turn on the move confirmation, because I'm drawing lots of arrows, and I don't want to make a mouse slip. So I will just turn on move confirmation. Always. I don't recommend you play with move confirmation, maybe for a short while, if you want to kind of force yourself to make a blunder check. Then it's a good practice to try to play with move confirmation, but not all the time, because eventually you want to go to the over the board game, and you don't have this privilege over the board. So you can think of it like a training wheel. Until you learn how to ride a bike, you use training wheels, and then afterwards you get rid of them. Okay, I think now the best thing is to take with the queen. I mean, I could take with the knight, but then I will just exchange my bishops. I mean, taking with the queen is developing move, so this is the principle of opening. If you can avoid playing twice with the same piece, you should do this, and you should always look for developing moves. So unless there is any threat, this is a nice developing move. Much better than taking with either of these pieces, because then I'm moving them twice. But now I can use this tempo to develop the queen. So this is nice developing move here. Okay, I have to keep track on my time. Move 11 minutes. I have to play a little bit faster. Okay. Now I have to think of a plan. I'm thinking about this knight. I mean, if I get this, if you get isolated double pawns, I think I will have a very nice endgame. But no, I cannot play this because of... Maybe I can just keep this away. Just put this in between moves, see what he will do with his bishop. But I can just do my hooks in between. Let's just develop. Let's bring the rook in the game. I can always play h3 later and put a question mark on his bishop. Okay, now he gets us this way. Okay. Now usually I go here, he goes here, and whoever is faster wins. This is usually how the game goes. Okay, I have this trick. Now I can kick the knight and then take the pawn, but this is poisonous pawn. You can just, I have to be careful. Okay, let me just kick this bishop. It's not good for me to play. So now I want to play on the queen side. I don't want to play on the king side. Maybe this was even not a good move. Oh, okay. Here, if I take, he will take, and then he will open this file for the attack. And I'm not sure I can survive the attack because you can see everything is there. Oh, but I do have one nice move now. I just wanted to go back. So now I have this spin. Yeah. I didn't have this because his pawn was covering g5. So now I have this spin. He has to move his queen. He doesn't have any choice and he will lose the rook. I need to be careful though about this attack. It's very sneaky attack. I can be checkmated here. Okay, let's just take advantage of this spin. So I think this is good. I think he'll move his queen, allow me to take the rook. I mean, he doesn't have much choice, but still, still he can keep the initiative and he can keep the attack if he plays this correctly. And I have to be careful. I should be better after winning the exchange, but I have to be careful. The worst thing you can do is when you have this kind of material advantage is to say, oh, okay, now it's game over. I lost many games. And you see my rating drop more than 100 points. This is due to this mentality. So, okay, now I don't know, it's Endgame, I'm pawn up, I'll just routinely win this. And then I lose. So you always lose when you start playing routinely, just on autopilot because you are better. So you need to, chess is a sport and you need to have mental strength to win the game. So even if you are winning, if you play soccer and your team leads 2-0, you still need to play and wait for the final whistle. Otherwise, anything can happen. Okay, now I just realized that I forgot to turn on my microphone. I'm very sorry. I'm using internal mic, so the sound can be weak. I'll just go to take my mic. Okay, so this is the microphone I use usually when I'm streaming. I mean, I'm not streaming, but when I'm recording videos. So let me just, now the sound will be better after I turn on the mic. Okay, yeah, just testing. Okay, now the sound will be a little bit better. Sorry for that. He's still thinking. He's probably, if I could guess, I'm guessing that he's calculating some kind of sacrifice. So now he sees that he will be down the material, and if he just plays normal chess, he will eventually end up in the end game and lose the game. So I think he thinks about how to sacrifice something. Maybe he's thinking this or some other crazy move. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what can he do. He's taking much time, and this is okay. He has much time on the clock. Okay, so he wants now to make this sacrifice and to, I guess, do something. Now he's open to the discovered attack here. He should be careful about this. I couldn't even try to exploit this right away, but let's not complicate. I'm just considering this move. Okay, I'll not complicate. Okay, I mean, I will just take the rook, and this discard attack will not run away. Now now I'm thinking about this move hitting his bishop. If I take the bishop, what if I take the bishop here? Could I do this? He takes with the pawn. Maybe I could get away with this. I'm risking, but if he takes, I can go here, hitting the queen. We can move the queen here. Yeah, this doesn't look very good. Maybe this move is okay. I don't want to give him chance for counter play and for attacking me. Takes. No, this doesn't look right. Okay, let me just play this. I want to maybe if I do some exchanges, hitting now this, maybe I can just stop his dreams of counterplay. Okay, he decides to exchange. I'm okay with this. Now I can just go back. Okay, if I go back, if he tries to sacrifice, this rook is out of play. This is too far away, and the queen alone cannot do anything. So I could either do this if I want. This is against the principles, because you don't want to play on the side in which you are weaker. I mean, my king is here, he wants to attack, I don't want to bring my pawns closer to his pawns. So maybe this is not a bad move, but it's against principles, so I will not play it. I will just put my king back to safety. Okay, just to check if you see everything. Yes, everything is okay. I hope now the sound is better. Okay. I'm thinking, can I just take now? Can I stop? I think I can. So if I take, he takes. Now this is a threat. I can stop him by playing g3, and he can't jump here. So maybe I have plenty of time to organize my defense. Yeah, I think it's safe now, because he cannot threaten me, and I can play f3 or f4 if I want to, and make the escape square for my knight, for my king, sorry. Okay, now you see this is the threat, and I can just stop the threat like this. I don't see what can he do. If he moves the knight, I can even go here and offer the exchange of queens, also covering this square, so he cannot double up on the h-file. Okay, now he's threatening checkmate here. I have to admit I didn't see this at first. Now this is tricky. Maybe I did made a mistake. I didn't see this option. Ooh. I think he got me here. I have now to sacrifice a lot of material to just to survive. But I am up a lot of material, so I think this could be okay. Okay, I don't have much choice. I didn't see this. This was my fault. I was just looking of this threat, and I forgot that there is this threat also. I was focused on. I was focused on. Sorry, I was focused on H2, and I forgot H1 is also a threat. But okay, I mean, I am up a lot of material, so now I can easily defend if he takes. Okay. Yeah, this is forcing. Now he can. Okay. Now he has to move away his queen if he doesn't want to exchange queens. You can notice that I'm exchange up. Okay. I should have played this maybe a little bit smarter. I said several times I don't want to allow him counterplay, but at the end I did allow him. So the lesson is, okay, you should see the board better, but it's easy to say than to do. The other lesson is, if you have your pieces developed, then usually you will be able to defend even if you didn't see something. So for example, do you remember when I played this queen to d2, when I was thinking how to capture the knight? Then I said queen d2 is developing move, and now this is the move which saved me at the end. So if this queen wasn't here, I don't know if I would be able to survive this attack. So this is why developing is important. Okay, now just move his queen. I think I don't need to be afraid of this anymore. I could just activate my rook, make him move his queen again, and then double up my rooks. And then I can kick his knight and do some damage. This is the plan, so let me just check if he has any checks captures. When the situation is can be, if you think the position is tactically rich, you need to check forcing moves. So checks, I don't see any serious checks. Can he attack my queen? I don't really see how. So okay, let me just play this. I'm just playing for activity. So I want to centralize my rook, I want to double my rooks. I do have material advantage, but if I'm not careful, he can draw this. For example, if we would to exchange many pawns and left with king against knight, rook against the knight, these games could end up in draw very easily. Okay. Now, when the queen is around, you need to check penetration squares. So you don't want the queen penetrating into your camp. But now all this is covered, of course. So I think I will just continue with my plan and double up the rooks. Okay. Now the threat is this, getting the queen, then playing d5, healing, so in the knight, check, captures, check, check. Okay, I draw many arrows. Okay, so he sees that this is my idea. Okay, well done for him. Let me play this anyway. I want to bring my other rook. So I want to activate both of my rooks. But then I need to be careful about this penetration. On c1 with check, this could be very unpleasant. Okay, check the penetration squares. If I go here, he can check, so I don't, but I'm thinking about this. Now what if he plays... No, he can just take my pawn. No, stupid idea. Maybe I could move up my king a bit. Have to find a way to untangle. Or here. No, he can just grab. Can play here, hitting this, and also preparing this. This could work. This rook is secured, he cannot attack it because he will lose the knight. And this knight has no good squares, so let's just... So if I go here, he goes here, I go here. No, I like this one better. Okay, I have to be a little bit quicker now. I will I'll run out of time, and this is the problem. Oh, I didn't see that he has discovered. Nice. But what if I play this? Now he has to give away his queen because his queen is guarding the knight. So now he is in trouble. This knight is undefended. He can exchange queens, but then afterwards I'll still get his knight. So I think he's losing now, unless he finds some brilliant way to protect everything. I'd say for checks. So the lesson is here, when the queen is near your king, look for the penetration squares. Okay. I think I can just take the knight. I don't see any troubles with this, so I'll just play this. Now I'm really up too much material. And still he doesn't have any penetration squares. Oh, sorry. He still doesn't have any penetration squares in my camp. So this is always important, because for example, if queen somehow could get to, I don't know, c2, then suddenly I have many problems. She can take my pawns, fork, pin, skewer, whatever. I mean, it's still not game over. I still have to win this and not lose the game in the process. I think I will just double the rooks, because this rook doesn't do anything here on this rank. So I think I will just double the rooks and then think how to activate my queen. Okay. I don't see his counterplay. What can he do? Because this H file is pretty protected, so I don't see what can he do. I mean, I can always blunder, so I think it's good for him not to resign. Why would he resign? Especially in this level, blunders are always possible. Okay, so he played at H8. A6. Okay. I'm taking queen e4. And then check. He can escape here. I have to think a way of activating my queen. If he goes here, okay. So I think this is a good chance because I get to check him and then force the exchange. I think this is a good way to proceed. Let me just check. Okay. I think this is a good way to proceed. I don't see how can he avoid exchanging stuff, because if he moves his rook, I can check, and he has to exchange queens. So and if we exchange queens, then it will be my job will be much easier. If we exchange only rooks, then still I need to be careful, because it's very easy to blunder some kind of fork or double attack and lose the rook. So still no time to be. You can never be too careful in chess. You can also notice that through the whole game I'm controlling the only open file. I mean, okay, this file is also open, but I'm controlling this central open file most of the game. Okay. I have to make some quick decision here. If I check, he goes here, check, he goes here, check. Okay, I'm losing the rook. I don't like this. Let's just play this move, hitting the queen. Okay, now I am under a minute. Usually when I'm under a minute, I start making serious blunders, so I need to be careful. He'll probably try something like this now. And then I have to... Okay, yes. So now he's threatening checkmate. I have to stop the checkmate. Cannot check because this is still will be attacked. Okay, I'll just do this. And his king is stuck here. I can now just sweep everything. Bring another rook. Play with the blind pigs. But I need to be careful. For example, if he gives, for example, that my rooks are not here, and he gives check here, I block. Then he gives check with the rook, and my queen is gone. So I need to be aware of this penetration ideas of his. Now I'm thinking this, can he check me? No, but he can win the material. Maybe this, but then he can do this. Okay, so the idea is to go here and to force exchange. Why not this rook again, penetration squares? Okay, now I can play this, and now he has to exchange something. If he moves his queen, he will just drop the rook. So now I'm forcing him to exchange queens. And this is good for me. Then I can start bringing my king up, activate my rooks, my rook, my remaining rook, and I think I should be fine. In fact, I will have two rooks, yes. Only if he decides to exchange rooks, then I will have only one rook, but he will probably not do this, because then it's definitely game over if he does this. Now he has to move his rook away. He doesn't want to exchange his rook. Okay, let's just play for activity. So put the rook in the center, maybe double here, maybe here, maybe even here. Maybe this was the best move, in fact, cutting his king off. I'm low with time, but let's see here. Something is very strange. Something is happening with the glitches again. Let me just switch to mobile. I'm not sure that everything is okay. Oh, it is. Okay. He's showing like he's white suddenly. Rook e5, and okay. Strange stuff. I think I will now just win this pawn. Okay. You can see now Lichess is showing that I'm a black. Let me just try to go out and come back because okay, I will not do this. So let's say a page. I thought maybe some kind of disconnection was due. I mean, he can advance. Okay, I'm not actually winning the pawn, but okay, I'm exchanging the pawn. And I will, I think, very soon win the pawn. Okay. Nice. Okay, let me just stop the pawn. So now there's no sound. Okay, something is going on with Lichess, I'm not sure what. Let me just try to leave page. Games, playing. Okay. He cannot penetrate with his rook, so this is important. I don't care if he controls the rook, as long as he cannot penetrate. Okay, now he wants to penetrate. But okay. He'll take my pawn, but I don't really care. I mean, even if all the pawns are off the board, I'm still winning, so it's fine with me. Okay, I will now go this way, so I can, when he takes the pawn, I can play this. Protecting the pawn, he doesn't want to exchange, of course. So, okay. Now I need to find a way to checkmate. Or to force the exchange. Okay, let's just bring up the king. Maybe I'll go here. Maybe here to protect this pawn if he attacks the pawn. Yes, okay. So I'm protecting my pawns. If he gives check, I can just block the check. Okay, I'll just block the check. I know my technique is not good here, but well, I'm under a minute, so I am under some time pressure. So please don't judge me harsh if I'm not playing this perfectly. Okay, let's bring the other rook here. So now I can do this stuff maybe. No, check. Okay. In fact, let's. Oh, no, he has. Okay. No, I don't see very well. Sorry. I thought he could. fact, he cannot go anywhere. He has to move far away. Okay. So now my king is protecting my weak pawns. And he has to move somewhere here. And then I can start activating my other rook. Or even my rooks. I think this is even better, because now both of my rooks can be activated. So far this rook was behind. I mean, he can go somewhere, some of these squares, I don't care, but now I will start doing some damage here on his king side. Okay. What's the fastest way to win this? I think this one. I want to bring my king here. Okay, he will not allow this naturally. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let's do this again. I don't care. Okay, I'm now risking a little bit. He will check me, but I can go also. I could go here. Yeah, my pawns are protecting. I can even go here. Yeah, why not? If he checks, I can go here, and then this is checkmate. Mate in 2, in fact. 3. 1, 2, 3. If he allows me to come here. I have these pawns which protect me from checks. Okay, now I will just go here. Okay. Now he has to play this check, and then I can just go back. And then again, I have mate in 3. So if you imagine my 2 rooks being here, it's checkmate. If his pawn is here, again it's checkmate if these rooks are here. Okay. If he goes here, I go here. Now again I can put my rooks here, and this will be checkmate. So I think his best chance is... Okay, this is also good. This is also good. No, it's not. I think he will be checkmated very soon. Yeah, I think he will be checkmated. Because he can't escape. Here check, here mate. Yeah, mate in 3, like I said. I mean, this was a good attempt. Pinning my pawn, grabbing my pawn. My rooks cannot defend the pawn. But unfortunately, I don't think it will. I think this is checkmate. Well, thank you. You can see that I have the opposition. Okay, just let me say well played. Thank you. So you can see that I have the opposition here, and this is white. It's checkmate. My king is controlling, and my pawn is nicely controlling this square. So yeah, very nice checkmate in the end. Let me see how long this video is so far. 45 minutes. So it's too long. Okay, Okay, I will analyze. I mean, if you are sick of, I'll just analyze with the computer. If you don't want to watch the analysis, then thank you for watching. And if you want to watch analysis, I will just go through some moments here. Okay, so do you see what do you see here? Yes, you can see my stats here. So let's just wait for the analysis. Okay, so one mistake so far, one blunder. Oh, let's just check this. Two blunders. Okay. Okay, let's go quickly through the game and we'll see. So he played Scandinavian. Okay. Just a second. What if I turn the engine on off now? Yeah, then everything disappears. Okay. Enable. It got slow. I don't know why, but okay. So this. Okay. 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 Developing. You can see that every move I make is a developing move almost. Okay. This is blunder. Why is this blunder? Because d5 is the best. Okay, so he wants me to play e5 here. Sorry, he wants to play d5. Just let me check with the engine why is this so good a move? I mean, he can go here. It's like I'm winning the piece +5. Huh? What's going on? Some crazy suggestions. So what if he goes like here? Okay, engine takes time. I really don't understand why d5 here would be such a good move. Oh, because okay. I didn't see this. So once okay, let's turn off the engine. I understand now. So the idea is once he moves his knight, then I have check, and I'm picking this knight. Okay, I missed these tactics. And this is actually very common theme. So this lateral, so queen on a4, and then hitting, for example, the bishop. So this bishop is usually vulnerable here. So if this pawn is gone, then usually you have this kind of stuff. It happens many times, and it's from the perspective of board vision, it's very difficult to. It's very easy to miss a lateral threats, lateral moves. So I'm hitting check, but I'm laterally hitting the pieces. So okay, this is a blunder because I didn't see and seize the good opportunity. Okay, his long castle. I didn't like this because why didn't I like the long castle here? Because obviously I'm closer. I will be. If we start pawn racing here, I'm much closer with my pawns than he is, and my bishop is looking at here. My bishop is looking here, so he's exposed over this diagonal. So I don't like this move. h5. Okay, you remember these sneaky ideas, and now that yes, so this pin. This was a blunder because well he had a good idea, so this is a trick. If I took, I would be in a lot of trouble, but then I have just this pin, and now I'm exchange up. He didn't like this move, knight h2. He takes it. Now it's safe to take. Okay, let me just check this line because I want to see how could I avoid. So takes. Oh, I can close this diagonal. But what if he goes here? Ah, he cannot. Okay. So this diagonal is closed. And he doesn't control h2 with his bishop. And he cannot bring the queen here because I am guarding. So he, for example, takes. I can now what? Okay, I can take the bit of the check, or I can even just stop. Oh, okay, now this would be checkmate. So, oh yeah, the idea is that I can take with the check and he's losing the queen. Okay, but it was too far to see it from here. Yeah, it kind of was. I could maybe in a long game I could be able to see this. Okay. Now again he wants me to take. He doesn't like this move. In fact, he says now we are equal after this move. What? Okay, so if I play this, he play queen h2 check. I can go here. Okay, he doesn't have much. I can escape. Okay. So I was too afraid here. I didn't see that I can escape, that this is not a checkmate, so I blocked. He went here, and yes, this was of course this was the blunder which forced me. Okay, so if this queen wasn't here, I would probably lose this game on the spot. So this was a good thing to do. Okay. And now I think I played this correctly. He made some mistakes. He lost another piece, and this is it. Okay. Then let's go through the end. Okay, so the lesson is in your openings. So always play developing moves. Always develop your pieces, and don't even care if he offers you the pawn. So I could have played c4 here and protect this pawn and be a pawn up, but he will be developed. He more developed than me, and he even gave me he sacrificed the pawn. But you can see that the game wasn't decided by me being a pawn up, but by me having the more active pieces. So you can see developing, and he played two times with the same piece. So this is again developing. So castle is developing move, and only now I was thinking I played this c3. So this is the only move which is not strictly speaking developing, but it fights for the center. So the three goals in the opening: develop pieces, king safety, and fight for the center. So this supports the center, and also decreases the activity of his pieces. So this is also a normal opening move. Developing, even if okay, this is blunder because I missed the tactics here, not because it's a bad move by itself. I'm still plus, so you can see that I'm plus, according to the engine, I'm plus 2.3. I mean, because I'm just, okay, and here again, so how will you retake? With this, or with this? Do you want to move the same piece twice, or you want to develop the piece? So develop a piece, okay. Again, what to do now, I don't have any clear plan, let's develop. So ideally you want to have your looks on the center files. So again, developing move. And now I play h3, this is useful move to kick away his pieces from my half of the board. And now he made a mistake, and since all my pieces are active, then you see that I'm covering this several times. So when all your pieces are active, it's very easy to for your opponent to make a mistake. So this was a mistake from his part. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I did this video because I got positive feedback on the last video. You wrote in the comments that you find this instructive and useful, and I'm very glad to hear that you do. So this is why I made this video, and I hope there will be more videos like this in the future. And if you did like this video, then please let me know, leave the comment below, click the like button, share the video with your friends if you think it's useful. Subscribe to my channel if you didn't, and see you very soon with more chess. Cheers.